This is question number 7 of 1000. Today we are finding the limit as x approaches infinity of square root of 9x squared plus x minus 3x. So since there is no denominator, let's just plug in the value of infinity in the function. And we get square root of infinity plus infinity, which is just infinity minus infinity. So infinity minus infinity gives us 0, right? Okay, so don't make that common mistake. So to solve this question, we need to rationalize our numerator and get rid of the square root. So let's multiply it by its conjugate by using the identity which says that a plus b times a minus b is equal to a squared minus b squared. So we can use this identity by multiplying and dividing the conjugate of this term. Multiplied by conjugate, we get square root of 9x squared plus x minus 3x multiplied by square root of 9x squared plus x plus 3x, and we're going to divide it by the same term so that the fraction remains the same. So now we can use this identity over here where a is square root of 9x squared plus x and b is 3x, which gives us the numerator as square root of 9x squared plus x whole square minus 3x squared. So our numerator just becomes 9x squared plus x minus 9x squared. And we have the same denominator over here. So now we can simplify our numerator further as we have 9x squared and a minus 9x squared, which cancel out. And our fraction just becomes x divided by square root of 9x squared plus x plus 3x. So now we have limit as x approaching infinity of x divided by square root of 9x squared plus x plus 3x. So now let's try to factor our denominator. So from our first term, let's factor out the x squared. So if we factor out the x squared, our denominator becomes square root of x squared times square root of 9x squared divided by x squared. So x squared and x squared just cancel out, plus x over x squared. So x and 1x cancel out, plus 3x. Square root of x squared is the definition of absolute value of x. And since our x is approaching positive infinity, that just becomes positive x. So with that, our fraction just becomes x over x times square root of 9 plus 1 over x plus 3x. Now from these two terms, I see a common x. So let's factor it out. If I factor it out, the x goes from here, and I can write it outside. Now I can cancel out these x's, and I have 1 over square root of 9 plus 1 over x plus 3. Now let's plug in the value of x in our fraction, and we get 1 over square root of 9 plus 1 over infinity, which goes to 0, plus 3, which is 1 over root 9, which is 3, plus 3. So our final answer becomes 1 over 6.